Hey, beauties. Good morning to you. All right, beautiful people. Somebody sent me back a clipping of Dr. Nigel Clark being interviewed by, it was some time ago, being interviewed by Deion Jackson Miller about the salary increase that took place, where persons were getting 100%, 200%, 300%. And she was making a comparison with countries that economically they're doing much better than ours, like Trinidad, which their dollar is still 6 to 1. For every 6 Trinidadian dollars, you get 1 US. Bahamas, I think it's not quite, it's what, let's call it either 2 to 1 or 1 to 1, just like Barbados, similar to Barbados, or not, somewhere in that region. It may not be exactly so, but somewhere off that region. So economically they're doing very well. All right, beautiful people. He didn't even really want to give her a chance to speak, and she was showing that in other words, they're doing well, and yet their salary is not as high, because it would therefore mean, especially for the ones from the lower ranking in terms of politics to the higher ranking, like you said, from the MPs to the prime minister to the governor general and all of that. Some of these people are taking home, perhaps, what should I say now, $2 million per month. Some are taking home 2 million, maybe $3 million monthly. Because if you're getting 25 or $26 million, when we round it off, we have 12 months in the year. 12 months in the year, so you double that by 2, it means 2 million and change. $2 million and change monthly. Now, I just want to ask a question, and this is from public sector funds. This is from grants and aids. We're not talking about your personal business. We're not talking if you're a businessman or you're a businesswoman and you generate your income through sales and services. We're not speaking like that. This is money that is given through taxpayers predominantly. And aids, when the aids coming is for the building up of the country, the building up of the country, when we get these different grants and aids. So now, people earning on basis of their own sales and services that they would provide. So I want to know, somebody who is earning, for example, 200,000, 300,000 and so on per month, versus the one who is earning $2 million on per month. Remember, it's not their personal business. It's not their own business. They're running a country. Tell me, is it that the person who is getting that money, 2 million, 3 million per month, is it that they're turning water into wine, turning stone into bread, raising a different type of Lazarus from the dead, healing the sick, healing the blind? They must be doing something that is supernatural, that the man who is earning 200,000, 300,000, who is able, capable, and gifted and talented, probably more educated, cannot be earning. And now I'm not saying that the average public sector worker must get $1 million per month because of how our economy is. But I'm simply saying there is no way that anybody can explain that gulf between the one who is earning 2 million versus the one who is earning $200,000. That is beyond a travesty of justice. That is evil. It may as well they release Vybz Kartel, Ninja Man, and some of the other prisoners that they have in there, because their crime is not as terrible. It is not. Although, yes, they would have been accused of killing whoever, and may not have been shedding even innocent blood. So it must be something supernatural that they're doing, even though our country is not, it's not indicative of that premium salary. We still have the terrible roads of potholes. I mean, I cannot understand what is really going on in this country. I cannot understand the dichotomy of a 20% for public sector workers and 100, 200, 300% for other public sector servants, because they are public sector servants. I am not father. It's not resonating in my mind to tell me how can you qualify and quantify you earning 2 million and somebody earning 200,000 or 300,000 monthly, 2 million monthly. It would even make Usain Bolt race not look like it never not try, in terms of he's breaking all of the records. To how the gap is so wide and unfair and unjust. I don't know how you guys must have had to have aid to sleep. You can't just sleep peacefully through God, because there's no way any one of you would get any blessing from God from that. Not one way. See, one minister had to resign recently, one known popular one. You guys see it because of the allegations that were made recently sexually. Terrible. It was awful. And when you saw the comments, people were rejoicing. I've never seen that in a long time. That people were rejoicing for the I don't know when that resignation will take effect. Maybe, the individual will not go back in 2025 when the general election is called. Maybe that's when it takes effect. But maybe that person continues to be the MP until then. Shame and disgrace. Because what they don't understand, whatever seed one sows, they certainly will reap. And I often said, if it is a lie, you'll be exonerated. Don't worry. Look at Nelson Mandela. He was a consummate politician, a different one though. A stalwart man, a valiant man, a man with integrity. And God has been good to him. He made him spend more years out in the outer world than inside the prison. Mia Mottley is another outstanding politician, prime minister. You see the transformation in the country that she leads. So I say maybe it was somebody like her getting 2 million, it wouldn't even bother me, or 3 million. Because I know that there would not have been that wide gap where she's getting 2-3 million Jamaican dollars monthly, while the average Joe is getting $200-300 million. $300,000 per month. Probably they would get half what she's getting, maybe $1 million per month, or very close to $1 million. Anytime you see people who are in leadership and they're way up there and the people down there, they have not begun to lead. They're dragging the people. They're not leading. They're dragging the people. They're not leading. They're not leading. They're leadership, and there's no connotation between them and leadership. They're just dragging. They're just going up there, being given up a seat to sit at and a post over their names, and that is it. Not leading, one leading. Because I cannot understand how comfortable you can be taking home $2 million, $3 million, or whatever the amount is per month, while some people who are even more educated, more gifted, talented are earning 200, 300,000. You must be parting the Red Sea. It could not have been Moses who had the stick to part the Red Sea, raised his hand, and God just parted the Red Sea. It must have been you. Or his rod ate up the other three obeahments, fall fake, full and fake snake, me would I call it. It must have been you. I want to pass on a shadow heal sick like how Peter Owen did. And the handkerchiefs and the aprons healed people like Paul's when Paul prayed over. It must be that. While the people them just operating in the natural and doing nothing really. Twiddling their thumbs. And then go at the end of the month and have to wait to 30 days before they get their salaries. 30 days. No wonder poverty cannot leave this country. It's madness, Unless if you wait 30 days, you really should be getting no less than $500,000. You really should be getting no less than $500,000. Because by the time, you can't tell yourself, say, all right, I'm going to put off my hunger till tomorrow or the day after, so that I won't have to spend any money to buy food. I'm going to put off being thirsty. Whether I'm an avid water drinker or not, I'm going to put off being thirsty. So that, I don't have to expend that much money. I'm going to drive and stop my car in the middle of the road so that I don't have to think there, stay there, and then drive it again. I mean, I may have to take it down as ridiculous as that. Because somebody waits at the end of the month, 30 days before they get their $200,000 and $300,000. By the time everything come, all of the insects, all of the locusts come and eat up their monies, and you get 2 million. So you can more than clear all of your bills and debts, buy your food and all of that, carry over to the other month, and you gain more on your money, while the person earning 200, 300, losing, and then you have the whole heap of loan sharks and so on, the harbor shark them, for wreak more havoc in their lives economically. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. Every public sector worker should be getting at least a 50, 60, 70% increase in their salaries. It is only fair. It is only right. It is only just. But God is going to hold us accountable, and I guarantee you that God is going to. God said, don't be deceived. God can never be mocked. Whatever a man sow, therefore he shall reap it. It's a must. Guys, follow me on TikTok. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this message.